Okay, item number 13 on our agenda is the Bogue Stewart Master Plan, and we'll be discussing the Master Tax Exchange Agreement process with the Sutter County. I wish that the Vice Mayor was here because he and I have shared time on the ad hoc committee, which is also made up of Supervisor Flores, Chairman Flores, Supervisor Conant, along with the County Administrative Officer, Steve Smith, and of course our City Manager, Dave Vaughn. This has been a very interesting negotiation process, I can tell you, from a person who does a fair amount of negotiation in their regular business life. This has been one of the more challenging ones, but I think we are at the goal line. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Mr. Vaughn. I know that the council has heard that we're at the goal line several times, and we there was a goal line stand. we didn't punch it across, but I think we may finally be there. And the key points are an exchange of the property taxes and an opportunity to reopen the agreement down the line. And that in and of itself, I think, guarantees some fairness for both entities, the county and the city. At the end of the day, what we're here to do, along with our friends at the county, is clear the path for development. And I know we have Mr. Lanza in the room as well. He may want to speak later on, but right now I'll I will ask Mr. Dave Vaughn to present on this item.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As you know, this has been an ongoing process for probably the better part of 5 years. I know the last 14 to 18 months has been aggressive back and forth negotiations, and since I've only been here 55 days, I've got to give a whole lot of credit to Diana Langley, who's really been carrying the water for the city from the staff's perspective. Thank you. But from my goal tonight is really to give you an overview of what the Master Tax Exchange Agreement looks like based on recent feedback that we've had with the county as of today. And so what this would do is provide a property tax split, 68% to the county, 32% to the city. Of that, the sales tax split would be 10% to the county, 90% to the city. And all of these revenues are based on full build out, which we know we're still building out the current Walton Master Tax Exchange Agreement. So that's been on for 20 years. So this is really based on a real future of what's happening, which is why the county and the city reached an agreement to provide reopener language that provides either party the opportunity to be able to come back to the table should they see things going in an alternative direction. So at full build out, revenues are estimated to be for the county $3.6 million, for the city $5.1 million. Estimated expenses of build out are around 2.7 for the county and around 4.5 for the city. These are all really speculated out based on what we know today. And estimated net revenues at build out provides the county around $900,000 and will provide the city right around $573,000. Next slide. With that, you see on the screen, which is a modified reopener language, which provides both the city and county the opportunity to roll through, and if they've got issues, they can bring it forward, whether at any time, to be able to reopen the agreement and have adequate discussion. And it provides the opportunity for us to utilize third parties in order to help us reach agreement should we need to.
Having been around when the original Master Tax Exchange Agreement that exists for West Yuba City, I think this reopener language is critical just because things change. Right now, we are modeling what we think is going to happen with that Bogue Stewart Master Plan to the best of our ability. And, things change. You have no idea, but the models provide for the city of Yuba City to cover its costs for the services that it delivers. And through this process, it also covers those things that the county continues to need as far as revenue for the missions that they have in this particular area. I also would want to take a moment to acknowledge the efforts of Diana, who has been with this process for the majority of the time and always a voice of reason. and always technically competent, and Mr. Moody as well, for the help that he's provided here as we've, especially over the last year or so when we've really been moving things out. Yeah, as much as both parties, I think, are trying to do what they feel is best for each other, and sometimes those meetings get a little spirited. I do believe that this is a collaboration between the county and the city that's in the best interests of both entities, and I'm encouraged that if we take action to provide this, the city with the direction to finalize the agreement and bring it back for our consideration on the next council meeting, I believe, and Mr. Vaughn, you can clarify that the county will also be taking this up at their next meeting.
That is my understanding.
Mr. Lanza, did you have anything you wanted to say?
David Lanza, 1074 Richland Road. Yeah, no, I've been here the whole time, and I want to thank Diana too, and Mark, you in particular. I've known every city council person for probably the past 20 years, and you got in there and you figured this out. It was tough. I'll answer any questions, but I think that's the best thing I've seen out of this whole thing, where you guys agree to see what happens. I think that's the perfect solution. I've said this in meetings. You don't know what you don't know. And I did the 2001 with Diana master tax agreement, and that turned out completely different than we thought it would. So, if I can answer any questions or do anything, my partners or the other landowners are all online, texting me, because that's how we do it in 2021. So I have everybody here if there's any specific questions for the Baines group and or my partners, the Dales. So.
Any questions from the council for Mr. Lanza or the other entities that are involved?
I don't have any questions, but this is a big one.
Yeah.
This is a big one, and I'm the new guy, and I know that. But just talking with our city manager not too long ago, this has been in the works for 5 years, and so this is a big one. And I appreciate the mayor and the vice mayor, their hard work with the ad hoc, our new city manager, and also Ms. Diana Langley and Ben Moody with this, and moving the city and the county forward. Things are looking great. So thank you once again.
Mayor, I just would like to say that the moment that the opportunity arose to reopen these conversations, you immediately said, I want to be on that. I want to help get this done. I think the fact that you had been a city employee and have a business really offered that leadership and that momentum. And honestly, I believe the relationships with our supervisors in the county that really helped mend and gel some of those issues that had been lingering in this community for so long. And so I just like to thank you for bringing this forward to us. I've been anxiously waiting. It feels a bit like Christmas in a different time of the year for the community, for all of us. So thank you so much. And I also appreciate Vice Mayor Dave Shaw and his willingness to step in and help and really bring all of this together as with your support and his. So thank you so much. But the team of our city, Diana Langley, is just Ben Moody. I mean, we keep repeating these names over and over. I think that the recognition, their work, it is often weekends, late nights. I know this because we text and they're working. They're doing these amazing things and giving up time with their own families, with their own needs, and putting our community and our city first, in all fairness, to be truthful with you all. And Dave Vaughn, our new city manager, who says, I've been here 55 days, or I lost count how many days he's been here, but
53.
See, the whispered dates. Thank you so much for picking it up and not missing a beat, and then bringing new insights, new versions of trying to identify a way to get to where we're at now. And Lonza, I just want to say that thank you for not giving up on us. Seriously, because this is going to be the legacy of the future of the city. And so bringing in homes, commercial, schools, opportunity on the other side of our city, policing, fire, all of those things are going to be increasing here. And I hope that when you break ground out there, I'll be out there shoveling with you, and I appreciate that so much. I agree with you. Let's move forward. So based on your report, Dave Vaughn, I think you have a revised recommendation on the report based to this, correct? Is that?
Hold off for just a second.
Thank
Through
you.
the mayor.
I want to acknowledge
I
the
apologize,
patience.
Mayor,
No worries. I acknowledge the patience of Mr. Lanza, the Baines Group, and Mr. Dale. They have been patiently, I don't know if patience is the right word, but waiting anyway for the county and the city to get this done for quite some time. And it is a good moment, and we'll keep the pressure on this thing to get it done and wrapped up on our end and on the county's end as well. But again, I do want to message out to our county partners that, this is a two-way negotiation, right? I mean, we both want to come out with what we needed to get done, and we got there. At least I believe we got there, and I'm looking forward to May 18th when we can officially approve an agreement that they have approved as well. So anyway, back to your group and your partners. I think I think we're actually on the line, and if we under further review, to use an NFL term, hopefully we will get there. So I just wanted to mention that. Go ahead.
I apologize. That's the disadvantage of me here and can't always see eyes behind my head. But the clarity on the recommendation, you modified the recommendation, correct?
Yes, Councilmember, we're looking for guidance from council to go back, finalize the agreement, to bring back a final draft agreement to council on May 18th for review and approval.
And that would include the 68%, 32% property tax share, the 10% sales tax share, and with the reopener language.
That is correct.
Okay,
I move that we do that.
good.
I'll second that.
Through the mayor, if I may. I know this is very exciting, but I think we may have cut public comment a little bit short, and we may not have checked for online comment.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I was a little exuberant, sorry. It's been a long time.
I'm excited as well.
Yes.
This is amazing we've got this.
Yes,
far. This is
okay.
great.
Thank you for pointing that out. I'd hate for something not to happen on a technicality.
Exactly.
Okay, anybody in the audience like to speak on this item?
So I'd like to, for the public to get a little more clarity on what's going on here, because it looks like we've got agreements made, but some of us might not even know the whole scope of what's happening, a little review. This is a big city development, right? And a whole section of the city is going to be built up. Or could you clarify that?
Yeah, I can try to clarify some of it, and I probably want to use staff's help, Mr. Moody and Ms. Langley and Mr. Vaughn for some of it. So when land lies within the city's sphere of influence, but it's not officially within the city, then it lies within the county. And before that land can be annexed into the city, there has to be a quote-unquote master tax sharing agreement struck between the city and the county. So that's what's been going on for the last few years and picked up a lot of pace over the last year, was how to fairly distribute monies that would be generated in tax revenue, property tax, sales tax, et cetera, from this area if and when it is annexed into the city. So that's the precursor. None of this land is yet in the city, but this paves the way now for this land to be considered to be annexed, which has to go through a whole process itself through the Local Agency Formation Commission, known as LAFCO. So if this agreement gets signed by both parties, which I hope is where we're at tonight and where the county will be probably next Tuesday, I hope, then that tax share agreement clears the way for the developers to petition for annexation into the city. And that process in and of itself will take a period of time. I don't know how long that would. Mr. Moody might be able to talk more about that period of time, but that's the scenario here. What you saw as far as all the dollars and all that is the county and the city got together and estimated their cost to serve this area. And in this particular area, it's mixed use. There's some park land, there's some commercial land, there's some residential land, there's some multifamily land in here. But it's all, as is most of this stuff, it's all conceptual. But that's where the dollar figures come up for, is how do you provide police, fire, roads, water, sewer. County has human health services, the jail, et cetera. So that's where all the discussion comes on how the dollars are shared. Does that help? Okay. Did I miss anything? Ben, Diana? Okay.
Got it, Mayor.
Good for me. Okay.
Anybody
Any other
online?
questions in the room? How about online?
No public comment.
Yeah.
Now can I make my motion?
Ask Shannon.
Shannon, may I make my motion now?
Actually, I think the motions have been made and seconded, and that was
So-
I think you have one more public
I'm
comment.
sorry,
Oh,
there's
Mayor?
another person I think is interested.
Okay. Please.
Is this for the development that I've heard, where they're gonna put in a bunch of residentials? And
Well-
some commercial and, is it land that's gonna be developed that's getting annexed?
That's,
Or-
the potential is there.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you understand there's lots of different things that are going on all over the city in regards to different developments right now. So I hope I'm addressing your question as a yes. This particular portion is down in the southern part of the city.
Okay, yeah, I was told, I'm a real estate agent, and about 3 or 4 years ago, they came to one of our board meetings, and they were talking about all the residential buildings that they were gonna start building. So I was just wondering if this was part of that property down by Bogue?
Yes,
Okay.
we do have a motion, we do have a second. All those in favor of providing the direction signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Off you go. All right.